I'm not exaggerating. I kept count. I counted everything. Lines of code, how many times I blink per minute, how many drops are left in the energy drink bottle. Sometimes I even thought the dust floating in the air followed some hidden pattern I was just about to decode. I was working on a project that had completely spiraled out of control. The client was a startup in Austin that demanded an MVP in 2 weeks. I said yes, because I never knew how to say no. By the third night, my brain started to protest. Not with thoughts, just this quiet, high-pitched ringing, like something humming just at the edge of hearing. I thought it was the wiring in the walls. But the worst part wasn't the noise. It was the silence. The silence after the fourth night without sleep isn't like normal silence. It's alive. It breathes. It wants to talk. And one night, it did. It happened just before dawn. I put on my headphones, trying to drown my brain with techno, something flat, no vocals, no emotions. But instead of music, I heard a voice. A man's voice, calm, emotionless, dry, like the narration on an old training cassette. You had your first kiss at 14 in the Williams basement. Her name was Marcy. She lied when she said it was her first kiss, too. That was a lie. I froze, didn't blink, didn't breathe. The voice wasn't part of the track. I stopped the player, but the voice kept going. Steady, indifferent, no reverb, no background noise, just inside. When you were 9, you stole a knife from your father's garage. You wanted to cut off your own finger, not for the pain, for curiosity, to see if you could. You couldn't. I ripped off the headphones. Silence. Put them back on. Nothing. I couldn't process what had just happened. Got up, went to the window, dawn outside, empty street, my head buzzing, hollow like an empty can. I told myself, hallucination, burnout, dopamine crash. 3 monitors, cables, climate control, a week without fresh air, no proper food. It made sense. But the next night, the voice came back. The second I put on my headphones, it spoke. Your first code was in BASIC. You were 12. A password generator. Your father found it and called it nonsense. You decided to never show him anything again. No music, just that flat, neutral voice, like an archivist cataloging my life. Your mother died October 4th. You didn't cry. At the hospital, you stared at the nurse, imagining her eyes glowing. Later, you were ashamed, but you kept staring anyway. And now it wasn't just hearing. I was remembering. Every word was true. Forgotten scraps of memory pulled up, one by one, like a personal audiobook of everything I had buried. I tried not to listen, cranked up music, but the voice kept its volume, always matching. I even took a shower with headphones on. It still spoke. Then, for the first time, the voice changed. Listen, or you'll never sleep again. I tore off the headphones. My heart hammered. The silence in the room felt rotten, cellar thick. I tried lying down, closing my eyes, but no. Inside my skull, that faint electric buzzing. I couldn't sleep anymore. Every time I drifted off, my body jerked me awake. Not from suffocation like apnea, no. From the sense that something in the dark was about to speak. A full day awake. The voice never came without headphones, but with them, always. You were 17 when you realized you didn't need anyone. You tried relationships 3 times. Every time, disappointment. Their emotions felt fake to you, empty scripts. And now I began to feel the voice wasn't mine at all. It knew me, but it wasn't me. These weren't memories the way I remembered them. Not in this order, not in these words. It wasn't an inner monologue. It was monitoring. Someone was scanning me, not physically, mentally, slowly, carefully, like a doctor probing without cutting. And then the voice declared, 9 left, then silence, then sleep. A promise? Or a sentence? 9 what? 9 stories? 9 nights? I tried not to care, but the days blurred. I couldn't work, couldn't code. My brain lagged. The only thing left was to listen. Each story dug deeper, darker, things I had buried myself. At 11, you saw your father hit your mother for the first time. He thought you were asleep. The next day, you played Lego with wild enthusiasm, as if nothing had happened. But something broke in you that day. I sat frozen, muscles numb, appetite gone. My body shifted into standby mode. 5 left. I searched everything online. Hypnagogia, liminal states, sleep deprivation, psychosis. But none of it described what I was experiencing, especially why I only heard it in headphones, never speakers, never bare ears, always headphones. I tested it, ordered a new pair, different brand. Same result. New body doesn't mean new mind. I'm not in the hardware. I'm in you. That broke me. I stopped asking what it was. I just counted down. 4 left. 3. You had a brother. He lived 3 days, then died. Your parents never told you. They didn't want to upset you. But you knew. You felt someone disappear. That night, I cried. For the first time. And then, the final one. After this, sleep. Forever. I waited. All night. In silence. Headphones on. Heart pounding. No voice until dawn. This time, it cracked. Emotion slipped through. Final record. The deepest. What you erased from yourself. I held my breath. You are not who you think you are. You have another name, another life. This apartment isn't yours. You're not working here. You're hiding. Remember the data breach on the East Coast, 2019? That was you, not for money, for the experiment. I didn't understand. But then I remembered. Not like a memory, like a realization oozing up from the void. I did do it. Not for fame, not for anger, just to see if I could. Afterward, you wiped yourself with your own code, cut your ties, built a fake life. But I stayed because I was inside from the beginning. I am your back door. Then, silence. I sat for an hour, 2. Didn't take the headphones off. Just listened to the void. And for the first time in weeks, I fell asleep. When I woke up, no monitors, no code, no headphones, just a bed, a wall, a window with bars, someone in a white coat writing in a notebook. He looked at me, curious, not sympathetic. I tried to ask, "Who am I?" He only nodded at the bedside table. There was my old audio player, with my name on it, but not the name I remembered. Next to it, a note. "Listen, or you'll never wake up again."